Welcome to Home Video Hangouts. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the new movie Arthur the King. I'm going to discuss what I liked about this film, what I believe could have been improved, and then I'll give you my rating of this film and whether I suggest going to see it in the theater. So one of the things I really enjoyed about this movie was that it's based on a true story. Sometimes these emotional dramas aren't closely tied to a true story, but this one was, and I think that really added to the emotions you felt when watching this and makes it for an even more inspiring film. Also, I really enjoyed the heartwarming relationship between not just Mark Wahlberg's character, but the whole Endurance team and the relationship they built with the dog in this movie. This was, again, based on a true story, so these events actually happened, and I think it's just truly remarkable story how the relationship was built between the dog and this endurance team during their race, and how the dog really helped them to fulfill their goal of finishing this race as quickly as possible. And I think it really made for a great element in the film of this building relationship with the dog during the race that really added to it. And that leads into the third thing I really liked, which was just the combination of the endurance race in the plot as well as the relationship building with the dog. I think this was a great combination and something we haven't necessarily seen before as a combination for a plot. We've seen, other movies that focus on something like an endurance race or other movies that focus on a emotional story around a dog, but the combination of these two things really made for an engaging, exciting movie that had some great emotion as well. And I think it would be great to see more movies that combine that emotional element with kind of the action, almost action thriller element and adventure element that this movie had. So one thing I think could have been improved here was when I first started watching this movie in the theater, it seemed like the lighting was really off. It seemed very dark, and I don't know if that was because of the specific theater I was watching it at or if it was an actual issue with the film, but I think it needed to be a lot brighter, have a lot better color, and it just seemed like the lighting was kind of off here. So I don't know if that was specific to my viewing situation or the movie itself, but that was one thing I think could have been improved. And secondly, I think the beginning of this movie could have used some work as they were developing the plot and the characters. It seemed like Mark Wahlberg's character needed to recruit a team for this endurance race, and he knew that everyone he talked to was going to give him some pushback and not really want to do it, but in the end it seemed like all of them said yes pretty easily, which didn't seem super realistic here. So I think they kind of rushed through the plot building and character building here, and that could have been improved some, but other than that, there's not too much else I could say would need to be improved with this film. So in conclusion, Arthur the King has some predictable elements, but I found the combination of the endurance race and the developing relationship between the team and the dog to really make for a great movie here. And with that in mind, my rating for this movie would be a 7 out of 10. If you enjoy action sports and endurance racing, or if you enjoy dogs or kind of emotional dramas, I think you would really enjoy this movie. It's a great kind of family movie to watch. Overall, a pretty good emotional feel-good movie. And so I do highly recommend seeing this movie, going and seeing it in the theater if you can. And I hope that we see more movies like this in the future that combine different elements that have been successful in other movies into one to make for a great modern movie. And make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below if you haven't already to see my upcoming movie reviews and content I have coming out soon. I plan on reviewing more new movies in the theater, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.